We're going to be testing the wiring to a transponder ring to see if we have voltage and continuity for the data lines on it. The way we're going to test for voltage tests the power and the ground at the same time. Hopefully you have 12 volts or battery voltage when you test it. So on the back of the connector, it's numbered. You can't see it in this video, but I can barely see it with it in front of me. So 1's on that side, 4's on that side. So with the key turned on, you'll have battery voltage on number 1. Number 2 is going to be the ground, and then transfer and receive are the data lines that go to a gauge cluster in my case. And this is a 2013 Mustang. So I'm going to set my meter to volts DC. I turned the ignition on. My black lead for my probe I'm going to put in slot number 2. And then I'm going to probe pin 1 to see if I get battery voltage, which I do. That's 13.4 volts, pretty much what I have my power supply set to. So if you test it this way and you get voltage, you're good. Your power and ground are fine at here. If you don't get battery voltage, then you have to start doing a few other things. First is ground. So take your black lead and you're going to find a different ground, whether it's a piece of metal wherever you're working at, or preferably the battery negative terminal, which is going to be kind of a pain, but that's, I mean, what you got to do. So I have voltage, shut the ignition off. Now I'm going to test for continuity between 3 and 4 in the gauge cluster. So let's go with 4. 4. Switch your meter to continuity mode, which beeps when there's continuity between the wire. See if I can do this and get it to stay. Yep. I already know which wires it is, so it's cheating. Now we'll go to pin 3. That's going to be the one right next to that one. Okay, so I have continuity between the ring and my gauge cluster's connector. And I had voltage when I tested both of those with the ignition turned on. If you actually want to see if it's spitting out data, if you have an oscilloscope, I guess. This is one I soldered a header onto it and connected a logic analyzer, so ground it, and then you have to connect 2 channels to the transmit and receive. And then when you power it up, it'll capture the bits of your key, whatever the key's code is, it'll capture all that. And then if you don't get anything spitting out on the transfer and receive, then it might be a bad ring. But these things are really cheap. A lot of times people just buy them and see what happens. But if you bought it, switched it, and it's still giving you a problem, make sure you have power with the ignition on, and make sure you have continuity between the transfer and receive and wherever they go to. In this case, they go to the gauge cluster. So good luck.